COVID, man, was just a bad, weird, long-term relationship, man. It was like being with my ex-wife, except with more mucus. I told that joke because I guess I miss going to court. For me, COVID was just another long-term relationship where I thought I might die. It was weird, it was brutal, it was deadly. COVID, it destroyed men's lives. It was the Kardashian of virus. Kanye wasn't crazy before her. Pray for Pete Davidson, please, because he has now branded her name in his chest, and he's the sane rebound boyfriend. My relationship with COVID's sort of like any new relationship, you know? Not going to work for weeks at a time, lying around all day naked, having horrible food delivered, drinking out of pure terror. You know, the beginning of a relationship. And I've dated some crazy psycho bitches, but COVID, I don't know, man. Oh, God, she was special. COVID could take your breath away. Yeah, but she was so jealous. She had so many rules, my God. She's like, don't you leave this house. You don't see your friends and you don't see your families. And you wash your hands 40 times a day, you dirty boy, or I will kill you. I was in an abusive relationship. She had so many rules. I saw you. You were closer than 6 feet to that bitch, weren't you? Social distance or I will kill you. Sidebar, isn't distancing by definition antisocial? Hey, let's hang out. Stay the fuck over there! Then depression set in. We've all been depressed in relationships. Some of you are depressed with the people you're with right now. Don't look at them. Stay right here. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. And every time I tried to leave COVID, she'd be like, baby, don't go. Don't go. Look, I got something for you. It's a check from the government. Tried to get my friends to help me get rid of her. I'm like, guys, don't go to the restaurant, wear your mask. They were like, shut up, man. COVID's a hoax. H-O-K-E-X. Yeah, she was all up my cousin for 2 whole months. All he's got is permanent lung damage and can't smell if his house is on fire. Started yearning for my old relationships. Herpes, gonorrhea, syphilis. At least they were fun to catch. But nothing worked on COVID. You know, powerful light, disinfectant, hydroxychloroquine. I got laughed out of 3 feed stores. So I decided to kill myself. I'm not gonna be in this relationship. So I was on my way out to go lick an escalator. And then I saw this sexy, sexy baby on TV. She's from Germany. You heard of her? Pfizer? Oh. I never wanted somebody so bad! Sorry, camera 2. And I hit her up, I was like, hey, babe, what's going on? What you got for me? She's like, sorry, I got nothing for you. I'm too busy getting freaky with these old people. But I knew if I chased her, if I went after her, eventually, she'd get around to my age group. And then it happened. One day my phone just blew up. She's like, who wants it now, big boy? I do, Pfizer. I do. And then it got weird. She said I had to meet her in a parking garage in Pomona. Yeah, with a whole bunch of other dudes. Oh, she had done millions of other dudes, and chicks too. She was a slut, but in a good way. You know what I'm talking about, ladies of Los Angeles? All right. And I'm proud to say, in front of the El Portal Theater, God, and everybody, I let Pfizer sticking in me. 3 times. And then I did her Italian friend Moderna. Ow! What a weird time it has been, my God, man.
But there's bad news. It's bad news all the time. And I started thinking, well, there's got to be good news out there. And there is good news. Everyone take a deep breath. The world still has that new Pope smell. Isn't that nice? God, I hate the smell of old Pope. Next time one of your friends is cooking something weird, say that. Just walk in and go, smells like old Pope in here. They're going to say, what? Just keep it up. Oh, Pope, you don't smell that? You're probably used to it. And then never bring it up again, ever. And what a weird gig that is, Pope. One day, you're just a small priest at a tiny parish. The next day, you're in charge of 2 billion people who believe in fucking anything you tell them. Sorry, they have to. They have to. You're the Pope. You're infallible. You're connected to God. They have to believe you. That's why I think we need a prankster Pope. Someone that could use that power for some fun. Just walk out on Easter. All right, guys, from now on, Wednesday, no pants day. Sorry. It's not me, it's him. I didn't say it. Don't get mad at the guy with the giant hat. And that's another question. Every Pope get a new Pope hat, or do they pass the old one down like the Stanley Cup? And that's why it's so big, because it's lined with brass plaques of all the old popes. Which makes it really heavy, which is why about 8 years in every Pope's reign, they all start to curl over a bit. Why does every Pope eventually turn into a Popostrophe? They all become a Pope Jumbo Shrimp at one point. Oh, come on, some of those popes stay too long. Pope John Paul II at the end, remember at the end, they had him in a bedazzled rascal? They would just send his ass out on Easter. And he would just grunt in Latin for like 30 seconds. I think God has taken this Pope off the VIP list, is what I think. And I cannot believe that the Nazi Pope quit. Didn't know you could quit, Pope. I think we need a note from Jesus. Please excuse Pope Adolf. He's decided to go another way. Why do you quit? Quit, Pope, why? You live in a golden palace in Vatican. You have your own city. Vatican Bank's got $1 trillion in it. You're driving around in that badass bubble car. Oh, that thing is blessed and furious. Why do you quit? You just wake up one day grumpy, Pope? Yeah, I'm done. Doing this crap all the time. What is that? Got carpal tunnel. People kissing my ring. I got OCD. It's so gross. It's hard out there for a Pope. Poping ain't easy. All right. Wow. Yes. Santa Barbara likes the hip hop. Do you think he ever gets cocky? Because we all get cocky. Everybody's wearing glasses right now, man. That wasn't the first pair you grabbed. That wasn't. You put on pair after pair, you were like, oh, even I want to do me in these. We all get cocky. In our bathroom mirrors by ourselves, we are all Morris Day. Yes. Oh. We are, man. We are. Pope's got to feel like that once in a while. He's got to get cocky. He's a human being, right? Every once in a while, just gets out of the shower, realizes who he is looking in the mirror. Pope! Oh, I like it jaunty. I'm gonna get a tattoo, Pope life.
I call my dad and I says, hey dear dad, what's going on? He's like, I need your help. I was like, what do you mean you need my help? He's like, I need you to come meet me over at the Fleet Farm. I says, oh, the Fleet Farm. His dad saw you. He says, yeah, the Fleet Farm. I says, the Fleet Farm, Father? He says, yeah, the Fleet Farm. He says, the Fleet Farm, Father. He says, yeah, the Fleet Farm. Why are you being so weird? I said, no, I'll meet you at the Fleet Farm. So I get in my car, I drive over to the Fleet Farm, and I'm standing there outside the Fleet Farm. Now, where's Dad's car? Dad? Father? Daddy? And I call him. I says, Dad, guess what? I'm at the Fleet Farm. Where are you? He says, the Fleet Farm, you dumb son of a gun. I'm not at the Fleet Farm. I'm at the Farm Fleet. And I'm like, no. know what? I can't. I can't because my dad didn't do this. They did it. Mills and Blaines. They did. Now I tried to figure out, I tried to get to the bottom of the story of why this happened. Some people says they were cousins, others says they were lovers, others says... I didn't do much research, I'll be honest with you, because I know the real story, okay? And the real story is this. You've been to high school, right? None of you, perfect. Okay, well, in high school you sit there, okay, and you've got your homework done. And then inevitably, your buddy comes walking in and he goes, oh, criminy. Was Dad due today? And you're sitting there like, yeah, she was due today. And then he's like, oh, can I copy? And then you're like, well, sure, you can copy, but let's try and change up the words. You are clapping way too much for Dad, okay? I feel like you changed up some words in your day, all right? It's your birthday. What's your name? Brayden. Brayden. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, dear guy. Happy birthday, dear Braden. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. How old are you? Wonderful. And I made all these drinking references today. Perfect. Fantastic. Forget I said any of those things. Time for me to clean up the act. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, just so we're all on the same page, this is the Farm and Fleet, this is the Fleet Farm, this is the artist formerly known as Fleet Farm, okay? So, but I'm wondering, this doesn't work with any other business, right? Like, if you did the Fleet Farm, Farm and Fleet effect on any other thing, it wouldn't work. Okay, take the Piggly Wiggly, for example. We all love the Piggly Wiggly. The Piggly Wiggly's our favorite grocery store. Piggly Wiggly. Absolutely, okay, but if you did a Farm and Fleet Farm effect on the Piggly Wiggly, well, then you get not the Piggly Wiggly, you get the Wiggly and Piggly, and I am sorry, Dad is not a grocery store, that's an adult superstore effect. And it's not just that. What about you know, Bert and Ernie? I love Bert and Ernie. I watch Bert and Ernie take a bath all day long. You know, Rob Ducky, you're the one. You're got. You know, I'll do this all day long. But you know, I'm not about to watch Ernie Bert take a bath. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jeff Duckies wish they were rubber. You know. What if you did the Farm and Fleet Farm effect on like liquor? You know, you got the J&B whiskey and then. Okay, we're gonna keep it moving.
So roll out the barrel and get the band brewing. Life's got you down, just keep her moving.